We love hip hop.
The boy BOOGGZ. I was over in these Reddit streets, you know what I'm saying? Hanging out with the Reddit warriors for a second, doing Reddit things. And it says here, and let me pull up the picture so y'all can see this a little bit better on the screen. So BOOGGZ loses appeal for 1 count of possession of a loaded and 1 count of possession for a prohibited device, which was overcapacity with an overcapacity magazine. Jesus Murphy. Damn, BOOGGZ. So originally, what BOOGGZ went away for back in, was that 2022? When was the last BOOGGZ interview? Jesus Christ, I keep on forgetting. I think that was 2022 last time I spoke to BOOGGZ. Let's see. Yeah, a year ago.
Everything, like, always been blessed. Like, that's why, like, I love that guy. Like, no, it's still, it'll never, like, be hard feelings or anything, because, like, he showed me so much love. Like, remember, this guy brought me to London. This guy brought me to Miami. Like, you know what I'm saying? Boston. All these type of places that I never been. Remember, from the trenches. I never seen this stuff before.
Yeah, this is speaking of Drake, this is him talking about all the stuff that Drake did for him when he linked with him. This is from May 25th, 2022. So shortly after that, in the summer, he went away. And in this interview, he had his ankle bracelet on.
I care for Instagram. How? Like, I don't care for social media. That's why I just took 8 months off.
Yeah.
Being at home.
Why do the labels say, why do BOOGGZ, he's going viral, but they're like, BOOGGZ is a crazy character and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why. And I do know why, but like, that's like, trust me, like, that's why I took 8 months off. Like, on social media.
Okay.
Like, I have to understand, like, I have Drake's on and stuff. I can't take breaks off social media, especially when I'm like, about to, like, you know what I'm saying? Social media is everything. Without social media, you can't even, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I had to realize I had to just take a step back from social media and just focus on what really matters. Which is my case. I'm on attempted murder charge.
Holy shit, man.
I'm saying, this is what Toronto...
So that's the original index charge, right? And he was on probation for attempted M, came home, went on a super wild Instagram rant where day after day, where is my BOOGGZ thumbnail here? Day after day, he was on Instagram. It was like a marathon. And at some point in time, I guess this is crashing out before crashing out became a hot term, right? He got caught up again, and the Instagram stopped, and he was back in jail. Okay, during that time, we got to do our interview here where I just showed you just now. However, yeah, right after that is when he went away, and he had an ankle bracelet in this. So from what he went away for, or I guess a probation violation of, is a possession of a loaded firearm and 1 count of possession of a prohibited device. So that would probably be a cell phone that you're not allowed to have, because they can give you like the electronics ban, right? Where you're not allowed to use cell phones and different things like that. So if they see you on Instagram Live, you're technically using a cell phone. All right. So right now, I guess he was trying to get an appeal for this. If he's trying to get an appeal, that means they've already charged him or they've already convicted him. Okay. You don't get appeals for something that you're still waiting for a conviction for. All right, gang. Appeals are only there if you've been convicted of something already. All right. Appeal. procedure. Okay. If either party disagrees with the judge's decision, okay, the judge's decision, and y'all can see that on the screen right there. Let me make it a bit bigger for y'all to see here. If either party disagrees with the judge's decision, they can ask provincial/territory courts to appeal the federal courts the federal court of appeal to review it. If the appeal court allows the appeal, it can reverse the change of the judge's decision and order a new trial hearing. Otherwise, the decision stands. All right. Actually, I might be mistaken. They can be trying to appeal the probation violation. Okay, that's a possibility as well, right? Because like he said in the interview, he's in there for an M or an attempted M, and they caught him up again with a burner and a prohibited device. So that's a breach. He can try to appeal maybe his breach. And listen, I'm not a lawyer, okay? I'm an internet lawyer. I'm a Google lawyer. But he might be trying to appeal his breach. If not, if I'm correct with what I was originally saying, then he's already been charged with the firearm, which in turn carries a sentence of mandatory 3.5 years, depending on if it's a first or second offense or third offense or whatever. But it has a minimum of 3.5 years. And the prohibited device, the probably, and listen, I'm just spitting lawyers' speech off the top of my head. I don't know snap, okay? But as far as with this, I feel like my lighting should be a bit better. But as far as with this, something like this, they'll probably run his prohibited device concurrently. So let's say his prohibited device had a 3-year on it, then he has 3.5 years. Okay? Rather than running them consecutively, where you'll do 3 years for this and an additional 3 years for the prohibited device. And now you still have to face your time, or you still have to go to trial for the original index charge, which is the attempted M. Y'all understand? Y'all following me where I'm going here with all of this legal jargon and what do you call that? Range lawyer talk. You know what I'm saying? I know it can get a little complicated, but not really. Okay? So basically, we're not going to be seeing BOOGGZ if they've not given him an appeal, if they denied his appeal. We're not going to be seeing him for at least 3.5 years. Take into account, he went away in 2022, a year and a half ago. So he's already served some time. So let's say let's say he's convicted and sentenced to 3.5 years. Okay, let's just say that. He's probably has another year and change left, which he'd probably be finished his sentence at this point. Okay? As far as for the specific thing that we're talking about here on the screen. All right? 1 second, gang. Sorry. Better. My lighting was a little bit dark, gang. Okay, so now as far as, let's say that's done, okay, he still has to deal with the attempted M. Okay, and we don't know if he's going to get convicted for that. And if he gets convicted for an attempted M, that's the one that he has to worry about, is the index charge. Okay. Biggerton wants to know, the question is, what's he going to do when he comes out? That's a good question. Because even if, let's say, his sentence is finished for what's going on now, they probably still have to keep him in custody so that he can face his charges or, go to trial for the index charge. If he's been gone for the last year and a half, and we, let's say, not see him for another, and I don't want to wish this on him, I'm not even trying to put the time, but these different things, let's say an attempted M could carry up to 15 years. Okay, because the person's still alive. So it's not an M, it's not a life sentence. If he falls anywhere in between that, let's say he is convicted of said charge, he might get a 10-piece. So that really makes that question a little bit different. If he's coming home in like 3 years or whatever, then yeah, get back to it. Let's see if you can get it cooking in your 30s. Or no, if he comes home in like 3 years, he'll still be 28 or something like that, I think. Maybe 29. Okay, so creeping near the 30s. But if it's a 10-piece, you ain't seen that boy until his 30s. You know what I'm saying? So what would he do when he comes out, let's say in a 3-year thing? Like I said, get to the raps. Let's get back to it, see if you can get it cooking. You still have the unreleased Drake verse. I think there's one that's unreleased. Yeah, we only heard Organization, but we never heard the other one. So there's still an unreleased Drake verse that you have. You still got you still got your talent, obviously, so you can make more shit. And then if it's a 10-piece, you might have to just come home and get a job, my G. You know what I'm saying? The rap game will have changed so many times over. Technology will have changed so many times over. At that point where it's like, don't even bother, fam. Yeah, you can tell your stories about the last 10 years you're in jail. Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. I'm just being realistic. I'm not going to be the one who just, gives pipe dream type of talk. If you got to do a 10-piece, build up your skills while you're away. You know what I'm saying? Get as many degrees as you can. Get as many certificates as you can so that when you come home, you can get a forklifting job, you can get an electrician job, you can get all different types of jobs. You know what I'm saying? You'll have some kind of experience, even if it's behind bars. You can make yourself useful. You can start yourself a business. You know what I'm saying? You can do a lot of different things, but don't be like, yo, I'm either the hood or these studios. You know what I'm saying? I'll give some more advice to niggas who are inside right now who are doing long bids. Go to the library, read books, learn words, learn to articulate yourselves. Because all the wagwans and the wagwans is not going to fly when you can't do no street shit when you're like coming home and it's hot again and do you really want to go back to jail? So if you have to go get a job, it's not going to fly at the interview when you're like, so, the reason I want the job is because more times, I'm really good at what I do. I'm really smart more times. Nah, fam, that's not going to fly. Niggas need to read some books. You know what I'm saying? So if you, in the event that you do have to go and get a job, you know how to put together a resume. You know how to speak to people that are not in the hood. I'm not just saying white people. I'm just saying people who don't live in the hood, people who might be your boss, people who might be your manager, supervisor, things of that nature. And accept the fact that you might have to take a pay cut from what you used to get from the pack. You feel me? That's a humbling experience, but it's not something where it doesn't make you any less of a man. To go do a 9-to-5, go get a honest living set of money. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting it in $10,000 clumps. but you're still getting your money and you're getting it honestly without looking over your back. If you're really innovative and you're a mover and shaker, you could rise to high degrees in your company and even build your own, or basically be the boss of the place that you work for because like you're just that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Make yourself untouchable because you're just so sick of what you do. That's valuable. Niggas in the street ain't gonna be like, oh, you're soft. That's what you're doing now? You're a job nigga, fam? Oh. Nah, fam, nah. I'm a not going to jail nigga. That's what I am now. That's my new job. I don't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So salute to BOOGGZ. Hopefully he doesn't have to do the latter of the time that we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because essentially he's a good kid, no matter how much different things that he gets into. And you know, we just want the best for him, end of the day.
We love hip hop.